Hi. Just a few tips, a few basic things that you really need to know when you're playing golf. I think it's the simple things that people tend to forget very quickly, and usually the root of many problems. One thing I want to discuss with you just now is to use the sole correctly, the sole of the golf club. So the club's got a lie angle here. Okay, that's very important. And the golf club itself, the two important parts are the club face, which is flat, and the sole of the club, which is rounded. It's ground. You hear a lot about the term the bounce of the club. That is the way that the club reacts with the turf. It should be gliding through. That's why it's rounded. And actually the club, if you look at it in section, it's actually a wedge shape, and the idea is to get this wedge between the ball and the ground, which causes the ball to actually go up in the air. So without good ground interaction, you cannot really get an iron shot up in the air properly. So you need to be hitting an iron actually on the downswing. So the club is striking the ball, then it's actually bouncing off the club, off the ball, and going down into the ground. So you hit the ball and then the ground, and this is causing this bouncing, sliding action of the club face underneath the golf ball. And as I'm sure many people will know, the club has what's called a sweet spot. If I tap the club on the toe on purpose or on the heel, you can see that the club will turn, and that's going to deflect the ball. But if I hit the sweet spot with my finger, the club actually is very stable, and it pendulums like a pendulum backwards and forwards. And the thing is, the sweet spot of the club is up here, it's not down here. So if you're hitting the ball on the upswing, it's actually impossible to get the sweet spot onto the ball. You have to be hitting the ball in the downswing to get the sweet spot down to the ball. So this is why we have this lie angle. So if you're putting the club like this, obviously exaggerated, or like this, it ain't gonna work. It's the same in this direction. If you get the club, the hand's too far forward, the shaft's too steep, or the hand's back, it's not going to work. You're not going to get this wedge underneath the ball, which means also you're not going to get the sweet spot on the ball. And if you're missing the sweet spot with your shots, you're losing a lot of distance, and you're also causing inaccuracy. So just bear in mind this one simple aspect of the game is to actually ground the club properly, and the idea of hitting the ball and then the ground is what enables you to hit the sweet spot and get the maximum length and accuracy from your shots. I'm just going to show you now, go through the setup procedure. The first thing I do is I ground the club correctly, get the sole on the ground, and this in turn determines the angle of the shaft. Okay? So the club, once it's on the ground properly, is actually telling me where I should stand. So I'm going to have to bend my body forwards, let my arms hang down. You need a couple of fingers width of the grip sticking out at the end. So ground the club properly to determine the angle of the shaft. Bend the upper body forwards, the arms should be hanging down nicely, and then position the feet. Because your body has got a built-in balance system, once you ground the club correctly, take over your posture with your body and arms, the feet will automatically find the correct position, which is going to help you to always find your right distance to the ball. So just a few basic pointers which is really going to help your game. I'm not trying to change your swing, I'm trying to help your consistency by just taking care of a few basic principles. Okay? So enjoy those, work hard on those, and start enjoying some better shots from the sweet spot. Have fun.